3, 2, 1.
The Great Christmas Light Fight is on!
Ho, ho, ho! Vacation, education, destination, anticipation, exhilaration, education, say what? Celebration, turn it up, friend creation, inspiration, lighting jubilation, unlike any other minute in the nation. And like any other mini in the
nation. Unlike any other mini in the nation. Oh, hello. I was just getting out of my stateroom. Well, I actually got out of my stateroom about 2 weeks ago. But I don't know. I'm still pretending I'm at one of the most incredible trips I've had in a while. That's right. The 2026 Mini at Sea on Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas, departing out of Los Angeles, the port of California, and held it all the way down to Cabo San Lucas and back. And it was an amazing trip, My sea legs are almost gone. Actually, I did have sea legs for a couple of days afterwards. I don't know if you've ever gone on a cruise and you get back on land. Sometimes you feel like this for a few days, but not always. And I'm glad to be back. But I'm also sad. I'm missing my friends. I'm missing all the education that we had on the Mini at Sea. I'm missing learning new things. I'm missing building things, and I'll show you that in a moment. I shared it from my stateroom, but yeah, I even learned how to make things with pixels. So got the Librarian book ready to go today. Got some new fun facts, but today's more about the Mini at Sea and a recap. When I dialed in from the Sea of Cortez in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, right from my stateroom, right from the patio with the scenery behind me. It was just an update. I was glad to have internet. And tonight's update is going to be, I'll call it the aftermath. There's really no aftermath. It's been great. But I wanted to just give an update, what happened since, what's coming up. Plus, we're getting into mini season. We're getting into trade show season. We're getting into a lot of get-togethers. So we'll revisit those again and see who's going to where. So get your comments in. If you're joining, and I see people are joining, thank you for joining on a Tuesday night. I hope you're doing well. Get your comments in, hit like, hit subscribe, invite somebody to watch, and let me know what you might want to learn today. But as is my tradition, except for when I was on the cruise ship, because I didn't want to pack it with me, I'm always out till I'm in, and I got to get the Librarian in. Now let's do that. So the Librarian is officially in. I'm Brian Michael, your Librarian, and I'm here. I'm here for you. Here for you. Put it over there where we always do. Oh, wait, I don't know if Matthew Eccles from the Mini at Sea is watching, but look at that. There's my Mini at Sea tumbler. And you're right, it does fit here, but it doesn't fit on the shelves over here. But I have it here. I have some water in there so I can get a sip as we entertain tonight. Matter of fact, I think I want to do that. Look at that logo. High quality. It came with a straw, but I'm not a straw person when it comes to those things. So, welcome everybody. Welcome. It's a rainy night here in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. I hope it's better near you. I know out west they're seeing some 80-degree temperatures, including in Oklahoma, where I know we have some viewers. We are going to see the 70s this weekend in the Philadelphia, PA area, and I'm excited about that, although it's going to rain all week up till then. If you want nice weather, go to a Mini at Sea, especially one like the one we just did in Cabo San Lucas, and maybe the one next February going out of Port Canaveral, and we'll talk about that shortly. All right, a couple things we're going to do today. I'm going to recap what we did in the episode. I'm sorry, not in the episode, on the trip. I did some of that before. We're going to show some highlight videos. I made a couple videos about the fun. One is a little mini video, one's a highlight video, one's a advertisement for next year. So we'll do that. We'll share some pictures and we'll check in on comments. And speaking of comments, I have somebody messaging me here. Let me see who this is. Oh, It's Matthew Eccles. He's watching me. He took a picture of the trip. And I invited Matthew and JR if they were available to join. So during a break, I will send them a link and see if they want to join in. And if they can't, you're stuck with me as your cruise director. By the way, I'm official. Did you notice my name badge? Also courtesy of the vendors of the Mini at Sea. Yeah, look at that. So instead of just a librarian name tag, I got that. And even the librarian's wife has one too. And you could have one next year. So I know some of you have registered. I know some of you have. And Matthew, I got your message. If you do want to join, just give me a few minutes to get things kicked off here, and I'll send you a link. All right, let's check the comments. Let's see what we got here. You know, anything you want to ask, anything you want to say. Hopefully it's positive, but you know, sometimes it's not. And I'm okay. I'm a big boy. But as always, and living up to what I would expect, Troy from the North Pole Village hopes we had a great time at sea, and he's the first one in to get his comment in. So thank you, Troy. And we did have a great time at sea. Maybe one time we'll take a trip to the North Pole, and you could be our tour guide. Hey, speaking of Oklahoma, we got the Slankards here again, who actually did register for the 2027 Mini at Sea, and I'm going to tell you how you can do it too. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. We got Monty joining us. Thanks again. Glad we had a great trip. It was awesome. It was awesome. And like I mentioned, Matthew, one of the organizers of the Mini, and helped with a lot of the education and vendor sessions and coordination. Amazing experience. We had a great time again. And matter of fact, I was messaging Karen Matos today from Cruise Planners because we booked our next Mini for next year on the Harmony of the Seas out of Port Canaveral, Florida, to the Bahamas and Perfect Day, Coco Cay. And it's not showing up in my app yet. So she's fixing that for me because I know I just want to look in there and see what I can book. So, hey, got Devin joining us tonight. Devin, I saw you make a post earlier. You're working on your big new prop for the display this year. And we're glad to have you. Glad to have you. Who else we got here? Lone Star Christmas. Howdy. Hey, speaking of Lone Star Christmas, if you haven't seen my It's an OK Texas Xmas episode, go back and watch it. And then when we had the big Snowmageddon that covered the whole United States, watch my It's a Snowcay Xmas, Texas, whatever. It's hard to say. It's a tongue twister. But welcome. Woot woot. Yep. Woot woot if you booked for the Mini at Sea. And Sonia, who also is the spouse of Kevin Larson from Larson Family Lights, who's going to help, who helped with the build that we did in a lot of the class organization and the IT on the trip. Sonia was there, and she was also a great company to my wife, Kim, and we're glad to have you, Sonia. Stay around because I got a cool video for you to see. I'll also post it in the Mini at Sea group a little later. Hey, speaking of Mini at Sea, we got the big party boy joining Barry Smith from the Mini at Sea. Barry's a great guy. Got to hang out on 2 Mini Seas in a row, and he's more fun every time. He's great to hang around with, great stories, and I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight in the library, or technically it's a bar, but hey, it's a back bar. All right. By the way, it's 90 where Lone Star is. I'm jealous. Who else do we got joining? Oh, Brandon Reavers joining out of Ohio. Brandon, I know you're getting the weather we're getting, up to 3 inches of rain, but there is warmth on the other side. So I know your display is still up and you're still taking stuff down. And we were messaging today, and I joked with you. Anybody knows Daniel Allison out of Havana, Florida? He's still taking down decorations. By the way, shout out to Daniel's mom, Gloria. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. If you're ever watching this, you're probably out taking down decorations, though, Daniel and family. I asked him to give his mom a day off so they could hang out. He said he might. What else do we got here? We got Brandon commenting again. How much is Christmas at the Sea? We'll talk about that a little bit later, but it's out there at the miniatsea.org, and we'll cover it. It's very affordable. If you do have a tight budget, you can spread it out over time, and we'll cover that. There you go, Brandon. There's the info. I'm going to pop it up later, too. miniatsea.org. Speaking of miniatsea.org, I asked him to be a special guest last night at like midnight before I went to bed. And he said he would try if he got home. So he's driving. And hey, I'm glad you're listening. I hope I'm coming through well. If you get home in time, I'll send you a link if you want to join in and comment and stuff. The plan is usually I try to shoot for an hour, but I talk a lot. So We might go a little over that. We might go less. It just depends who else joins and who asks us some stuff, and we'll do that. So thank you, everybody, for getting your comments. And we got a lot of people watching, and I think we're going to get things started off. And I think how I'll start it off is, let me go to my media assets over here, see what I got. We'll recap where the trip started, and that is in the port of Long Beach. And if you're not familiar, it's one of the busiest ports in the United States, if not the busiest, and maybe one in the world. I know JR posted on his Facebook page some video of it. I have some as well. I could pull it up. I didn't post it in here, but your Christmas decorations that you get every year, most of them come through that port, and there could be some on there now. I know, as a matter of fact, in some of the other decorating groups, the Home Depot managers meeting is going on, I think this week or next week, where they'll start releasing some of the Halloween and Christmas stuff. You'll start seeing leaks on some of those pages. Obviously, some people going to Trans World in a couple weeks might get some scoop from some of those people, but decorations are on the port, and we got to see them in all those containers. All right. But we did get a group dinner there, as I talked about, and we got to hang out. We got to hang out with a lot of great people. Sorry, my eye's itchy today. And it was over Valentine's Day. So if you didn't catch wind, I don't know if you can see, there you go. If you didn't catch wind, next year's Mini at Sea, by the way, this is my door hanger here from the trip, magnetic. You put it on, you decorate your door. Is almost the same week. It's another Valentine's cruise. So my suggestion is, if you didn't treat your honey good this Valentine's Day, start sucking up, book the Mini at Sea for 2027, and you'll be in a good spot for next year. Might even be able to use some of the decorations I had this year. Who knows? All right. So I talked about the Sea Compass, and we were in the port of Long Beach, and we took off. Matthew put this together. It's a easy daily check-in, special to the group. And I went through this. I won't read all of it, but we left on the 13th of February, and headed out to the Mini at Sea. We got to meet everybody on the cruise this year. There were roughly 40 of us. If I happen to get Matthew or JR on, they can give us exact figures, but that includes spouse, children. And that's the other thing about the Mini at Sea. If you're not familiar, you can take your kids if you have kids, and there's lots for them to do on the Quantum of the Seas. And if you see the Harmony Seas, it's going to be my first time going on one of the big ships that is almost like I'll call it a double ship, because there's a whole alley in the middle. It's even more kid friendly with slides and things of that nature, plus the perfect day at Coco Cay. That's a cool saying. So yeah, you're going to want to do that. But on Valentine's Day, we did have a nice dinner, and I think I'm going to play this video so I can get Matthew into the chat. I know I've played this before, and I know Valentine's Day is long over, but this will give me 40 seconds so I can send Matthew. I'm going to get it ready, by the way. So I can get Matthew into the group so he can share some maybe Mini at Sea updates. So you're not just hearing from me. You're hearing from other people that have been on the trip. But let's play, since it was a Valentine's Day weekend, as a matter of fact, I got more goodies here. Some of my door magnets. Kim and Brian. You can get some too, by the way. Let me play this real quick. I'm going to get Matthew in, and let's do that. Give me 1 second here. I got to find it. Oh, here it is. See you in a few seconds while I get Matthew in.
Come with me, my love, to the sea of love. I wanna tell you, oh, how much I love you.
All right. I sent Matthew and JR the link. If you get it and can join, great. If not, I'm talking. And I can't have, even though I have my great tumbler here, I got to have my light fight cup, as you know. And this one has black coffee in it. That's just ice water. All right. Let me scroll down here. And we'll give Matthew a chance to get in if he's coming in. All right. So, Cruise Compass, Valentine's Day, vendors. Vendors. Let me talk a little bit about vendors, and Matthew and JR can talk later. But not only do I have some pixels now in the form of a hat, which I'll show shortly, thanks to vendors, I won some sequence. And this one's particularly from Visionary Light Shows. I won a free sequence, which before I would pass them on, but I officially installed X Lights on my computer and I started playing with it. Now, I haven't played with it since. I'm waiting for Mr. Kevin Larson from Larson Family Lights to send some more files for the hats because I still only have the Mini at Sea swirl, which I'll show you again shortly. I'll put it on and wear it. Put it on and wear it. Let me just check and make sure nobody's joining in here. Oh, Matthew's here. Let me bring Matthew in. Matthew Eccles, how are you, buddy?
Not too bad. How you doing?
All right. Look at you with those nice headphones and a nice microphone.
Hopefully it works.
You are. We can hear you. You're super professional. Which, by the way, thank you again for not only the hospitality for Kim and I and everybody else on the trip, but for all the hard work as one of the committee members that you put in with the group to make things happen, and they happen very smoothly. So, hey, since you're the first time on my show. And many people may not know you. Why don't you tell who you are, what you do, how you're in the hobby, and how you help out on the Mini at Sea?
So my name's Matthew Eccles. I've been doing a light show probably since 2012, back when I was in Lawton, Oklahoma. We had a show called Lawton Lights. Moved out to Utah back in 2016, and we've had a light show here since. We started with Pixels in 2020. The year of COVID. So that was our first Pixel show, and we've been growing ever since. So I help out with the Utah Mini as well as the Mini at Sea. And I think the Mini at Sea is perfect because as most people know, I absolutely love cruising. So yes.
Yeah, I want to tell everybody, Matthew is like, he might as well work for a Royal. A couple people on the Mini at Sea the Larsons have worked for the cruise industry, but Matthew and his wife Esther, great people, know the ships too. So if you have questions just on cruising in general, in addition to the Mini at Sea, I'm sure Matthew would be glad to help out because, last year's Mini at Sea was the first cruise we went on, Matthew, probably in 10, 15 years, and it was awesome. It was really awesome. So Lawton, Oklahoma, which I know we got some people in here like the Slankards from Oklahoma, and we lived in Oklahoma. We lived in Oklahoma City for 9 years. We may have overlapped. We were there from 2007 to 2015. So look at that. We just missed each other. Matter of fact, did you ever go to any of the? I don't know if they held them back then, but next week is the Oklahoma Mini, and I've never been to the Utah Mini yet either. I know Jordan Nash and you and I've been trying to get out there, so maybe we'll talk about minis a little later. Matthew, what kind of you mentioned your light show? What stands out in your light show that you think of at Syracuse Lights?
So probably our moving heads, which are new a couple years ago. Those seem to be popular, as well as we're getting a brand new matrix this year, a panel matrix. So I'm excited to get that. We had one a couple years ago, and it didn't last the season. I didn't do a very good job, but this one's outdoor rated, so we're hopefully going to have a better luck with it.
Well, we know you're good at moving heads because we'll talk about education in a little bit. But last year, Matthew taught a class on moving heads, to the extent that you could do on a cruise ship. It was a nice 45-minute hour class, and there's lots of moving heads on the ship and a lot of cool stuff. So that was cool. And, speaking of education, why don't we just go right into that briefly? Because, you're going on the Mini at Sea for partially a vacation, of course, especially if your spouse is with you. They may or may not go to the classes. How do some of the education sessions come about based on the time? And then one thing people may not know, you have a lot of talented people that not only present on the ship, but they zoom in from across the globe. And how does that come about? How do you come up with topics of what you want to see at the Mini, or what the people attending want to see?
So generally we do a survey at the end of the Mini, and us also being a part of other Minis like the Rocky Mountain or Utah Mini, that we get to hear feedback from those as well. So we get to hear what's popular. topics, so we can add those to our mix. But we really rely on those that are about to attend. We send out a survey beforehand. Hey, what classes would you like to get? And then we try to get people that can teach those classes, whether that's people that are on the cruise or remotely. And we've actually had very good success. Clyde's taught a class last year remotely, and we had a couple of people this year teach classes remotely. So it was
last year you had Matt Phipps, which is from Light Fight fame, as well as other X-Lights around the world. This year you also had Jason Rasmussen join in, who's known a lot for not understanding the sound side. And then you had the gentleman zoom in, and it was perfect, crystal clear, no issues, from the UK, who he is going to be at the Florida Mega Mini. I forget the gentleman's name right now, but you could tell me.
Yeah, I gotta look it up actually, because I forgot. I've slept since.
Oh, here it is. Greg Mackery. See?
Yes, there you go.
See the compass. I'm looking at your compass here. And he did a great thing on Falcon Player Pro, which with the hat we built, the Larson Family Light Kit hat, which I'll show you shortly, you kind of need to know some of that. So I'm getting better at it. Hey, look what I got, Matthew. I'm still carrying around my little folio. You get all kinds of goodies thanks to the vendors, and I'll ask you about vendors in a minute, but I shared this briefly. I mean, look at this ship at night. I mean, this is an incredible photo. And you get to be on there. You get to be on another ship. And we got a group photo too. I haven't printed it out yet, but they gave us an extra holder. I'll show you the group photo in a minute. But yeah, you got yours all together still? I'm sure you do.
So actually, we have almost all of our cruise stuff piled up in a room upstairs. We're actually going to be building like a knick-knack wall down in our basement living room with all of our cruise stuff. So all of the mini stuff that we've gotten, as well as other cruise stuff, we're going to be putting in there, as well as some of my Funkos and stuff behind.
Yeah, like I said, I'm starting my collection. I still have my Mini at the Sea wreath from last year, but I think I told you I had it sitting on my workbench, and the kitchen sink was above and had a leak, and the dishwasher leaked. It ruined it. I'm so mad, but I still have it. I probably can't repair it. It's not like a Christmas light or Pixel. Maybe a craft person can repair it. But we did have a great group. Do you know how many we had roughly as far as the overall group?
Yeah, I think it was about 35, if I'm not mistaken, total. I think it was about 35 that we had.
Yeah, and it's great that
not
kids,
including the kids, but
that did include the kids. So there's more if you include the kids, and the kids can go do their own stuff. They can come to dinner. There's all the other restaurants. There's actually I'll call it a daycare, but it's huge. There's all kinds of stuff. So.
Adventure Ocean. Yep.
Matter of fact, look at this motley group here. What do you think of that group? Look at that. This is a picture we took on as we entered into Cabo, and we're coming in by through the primary land formations that they're known for. There's an arch there. We tried to get it timed, but there's a bigger group. I have some other pictures of the group. Whoops, blanked this out there. But what a motley crew. We look good. And you can see we're from all different walks of life, different ages, and we had a good time. Matthew, matter of fact, I think you'll like this. Let me show this. So, and you'll see it in my video later. I took that group photo, and we're all playing with AI. Check out this little animation it's just a couple seconds long. Look what AI did. It took that static picture.
That's not bad.
And made it so that we look like we're waving. I said, hey, make it us all wave. You'll notice Kim and I are sitting still, so it's not perfect, but I like how it's making the boat go up and down. I will say for everybody that's thinking about a cruise that hasn't been on one, it was not that wavy.
Yeah.
Hey, that was fun.
I thought you were going to do like Pixar, turn us all into Pixar studios.
I'm not that good yet. I'm trying, but I will tell you, I'm going to premiere tonight a cool highlight video. As everybody knows, when I go to these events, and especially last year when I met you for the first time, you probably thought I was a crazy nut because I literally was filming like everything, and some things you'd be like, why is he filming that? That's stupid. But gathering up B-roll, and I put together a pretty fun highlight video of the whole trip. But not only did I do that, kind of like when I went out to visit Light Fight friends in Texas this past Christmas, I created a custom song about the Mini at sea. 2 of them, as a matter of fact, as well as some other versions, but 2 made the cut. One's going to be what I call quantum cruise control. And that's when I'll talk about the entertainment a little bit. And then the other one's, of course, the main highlight video. But hey, if anybody wants to sync lights to my AI light fight songs, which the lyrics are all created. Matter of fact, I'll give props a little bit later, but the song you're going to hear in a little while is lyrics sung by me. But after the trip, one of the other attendees in the private Facebook group for those that are on the trip, Neil Richards, he put together a little poem, and I took that as well as some of my lyrics and put it together for the song. So I think you'll like that a little bit. So Matthew, I don't think JR's, he's probably still driving. Why don't we check on comments? Let's see, because maybe people are asking some things that you want to know. Let's see what we got for comments here. Well, you'll like this one. Barry says you guys are awesome. Barry's off too. We're glad you made it home, Barry. We didn't know if you'd still be sleeping on the ship. And that they're a wealth of information. So yeah, they can definitely help you, as well as Karen Matos from Cruise Planners. If you don't know how to access Cruise Planners, either shoot JR a message, myself, or just go to the Mini at Sea. Her links are there, miniatsea.org. JR is going to be somewhere Friday. I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, probably the Oklahoma Mini. I think he's going to make that. So there you go. Charlie Byers from Christmas on Crestline will be there. The Slankards will be there. Of course, the Miranda family from Light Fight season 7 will be there. Tom Gore will be there, who knows a lot in the X-Lights world and just animated lighting. Fun story, fun fact, when we lived in Oklahoma City, there's an area downtown called Bricktown, if you're not familiar with it. And Tom Gore used to own a building there that had a dark ride. And a dark ride is, kind of like if you go to one of the beach towns, you go into those old haunted houses and you ride on the car. He had one of those for Halloween, and he would convert it over to Christmas. And at the time, outside on the canal, he had a little lightorama show running, just blinking some lights. So now he's a full-blown X-Lights pixel guy. But it was cool. Tom, I somehow ran into him, started talking Christmas lights. This is 15, 20 years ago. And he gave us a free ride. He since sold that dark ride, but he does an amazing, amazing light show. All right, what else do we got here? Oh, we got Doug Fox joining us, who was also on the trip. He wants to see the animated photo. You'll see it in the video when I get it, but I'll gladly post it in the Mini at Sea group. What else do we got here? Because I always jump over people. Oh, we got my buddies joining, Tom and Cindy, also from the cruise the last 2 years, and great people. Thank you to Cindy again for hanging out with Kim up on the top deck while we were in class learning. That's always fun. Who else do we got here? What is Troy from North Pell? Did you find any mermaids? I didn't find any mermaids. I don't know about you, Matthew, but you should tell them about the sea life we saw. It was way more than Alaska even. It was insane.
Yeah, it definitely was more. We were in class a couple times, actually, and we had to open the blinds in the back just so we can watch the sea life from behind the ship. And there was a ton leaving Cabo and coming into Cabo because of the season.
Yeah, there were tons of whales. Tons, and they were breaching pretty high. They were just like in the movie Titanic when you see the dolphins jumping. They were doing that to the ship in the front and the back. And like Matthew mentioned, at least on the Quantum of the Seas, I don't know how to be on Harmony of the Seas. We literally on the 13th deck had the back of the ship where you can look out. So it'd probably be different on the Harmony, but that was awesome. And the one day in class, matter of fact, part of it's in my video. You don't really see them jumping, but you look out the back of the ocean, and that was awesome. We saw walruses, all kinds of storks and pelicans. It was incredible. It was incredible. And I didn't even go on an excursion to do that. What else do we got here? We're checking it. Hey, hit like, hit subscribe. We're going to move it along here shortly, but let's see what we got. What's Brandon saying? Brandon, wife approved vacation for Florida for next year, tossing up the idea of the Florida Mega Mini or at sea, Mini at Sea. Look at the budget. Yeah, it depends. They're two different trips. It depends if you obviously both you could tie in Mickey and Minnie or Universal if that's what you want to do. Obviously you got Port Canaveral where this leaves out of, you got all the Daytona and all the beach towns there, plus the opportunity to go to NASA. If you go to the Florida Mega Mini and move to the other side of the country, that's coming up, of course. There's stuff to do there in Tampa and all the beach towns. So you can definitely, it's a tough decision. And I know you can't make two because let's face it, even though I looked again, I've been teasing us out there. I still have not registered for the Florida Mega Mini, and we're a week out. It looks like I'm not going to make it. Although I have a flight I found today that came down like $500. I'm going to pitch it tonight when I eat dinner with Kim. It's blocked for 24 hours. We got curious minds. Troy wants to know, did Jordan Maywald go on the cruise? And did he take any of his blow mold choir boys with him? First of all, Jordan always has an excuse when you ask him to go on a trip. So no. However, I will prop him up. If you're going to Trans World in the end of the month, Jordan has a booth, and his booth is right next to Tom Betgeorge's Magical Light Shows. It's not far from Miners, your Pixel store. He's right there. So he'll have a booth. If you want to go to Trans World and see Jordan, you can see Jordan. He's selling big, giant fiberglass figures and other lighting. So I'm not going to be at Trans World this year. We're taking a break. Did you ever go, Matthew?
I have not.
Yeah, it's fun if you get a chance. It's one of those. It's designed for the industry, as you know, but you can go if you have a home haunt and you meet great people. That's why I like going, and it's cool to see stuff. But it's not a conference. It's a trade show with education. So you got to set people up that are thinking of going, so when they get there, they're not like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Definitely amazing. But we took a break this year. Maybe we'll be back next year. Tom and Cindy got to leave. They'll watch the recording. You got to watch it because got some compromising video of you, Tom. You better watch it. All right. Let's get back to what we're doing here. And I think what I want to do next is kind of jump ahead. I was going to do this at the end, but in case you have to go, Matthew, you're welcome to stay for the whole conference. But let's talk about next year's Mini at Sea, which I mentioned is start planning your next cruise today. This was handed out when we left, and next cruise is a service on the ship where if you book while you're there, you get additional savings, room credits, things of that nature. But then it gets moved under your cruise travel agent if you have one. In the case of Karen, and Karen's already reached out and secured us where we get some additional things. What can you tell us, Matthew, since you're a cruise expert, about booking cruises or some tips or tricks or things of that nature? And while you're doing that, I'll pop you up on the screen, but I'll also pop up the next year's itinerary.
Yeah, so I think the important thing is don't wait, right? Because the prices do go up the closer it gets because of supply and demand. If you're interested in going, my recommendation would be to book now, or at least book as early as you possibly can. There's still plenty of time for you to save up and slowly deposit money, and hopefully you'll be able to go. If we tried very hard this year to get, last year to get 2027's date out as early as possible, and we're trying to get 28's date out in the next couple months. That way, again, giving enough people time to book it. But booking early as possible. You don't have to get a balcony, but that's obviously the popular one, right? They do have virtual balconies, which are inside cabins, and then they also got ocean view balconies, which are just portholes. You could probably see them on the bottom of the ship there underneath the.
Well, the neat thing about this ship that I've never been on too, Matthew, is they have the inside patios too, where you look over Central Park and the fun alleyway. And we took an Oceanside because we wanted something quieter, but yeah, it's really cool. As a matter of fact, let me you go to miniatsea.org. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry for popping you off, Matthew. I'm just going to show these guys real quick. Miniatsea.org, but this is out on the site. This was given out. This has the pricing. And like Matthew said, so an ocean view balcony is $13.83 per guest. That includes all taxes and fees. It doesn't include drink patches or anything. You have to do all that. But that's midship, which is primary, and it's an ocean view, so it's usually a little more expensive. But if you still want to have a balcony, you can do the inside balconies, and they're $10.36 a person currently. And then if you need something a little more budget, there is your inside cabinet, which has virtual views, and that's around $9.93 a person. So again, you can put down it's $100 per person to deposit it, and then you don't have to make any payments until November, or you can make payments throughout the year. And I think that's the way you can do it if you're on a budget.
So quick note, the prices have actually gone down just a little bit since that was published. So the updated prices are on the website.
Nice. So go to miniatsea.org, pop it up again, See that? Karen's working behind the scenes, getting pricing down. And I'm going to call them out. Brandon and Tiffany Brown from season 11 of the Great Christmas Light Fight, Candyland Christmas. After I got back, I hyped it up. They registered, and Karen helped them. They needed help. I gave them Karen's name, and they took care of the register. Same thing. The Slankards from season 12 of the Great Christmas Light Fight, who are going to be at the Oklahoma Mini next week, they registered, and you can do it too. Get them, like Matthew said, we did it on the ship because there's something to think about. One, it's going out of Florida, so there's a lot of lighting enthusiasts in Florida that I think are going to tag on to this. So the room block's going to go quickly is my expectation. So at least reserve. You can always cancel. Then just people are hearing more about it. It's growing. It's a great opportunity. So I would do it if you want to go. And then, like I said, you got time, but if you can plan it out and know your budget and maybe pay $100, $200 a month to get it paid off until the final due date's due, that's the way to do it. So Matthew, back to those. I'm going to pop this up again. You've been here before. I believe you've been here before, but if not, why don't you, this is a 5-day or 6-day, whatever cruise to the Bahamas and perfect day at Coco Cay. So I don't know if you want to talk about the Bahamas, but can you tell us about the Coco Cay thing? I've heard about it, but that's all I hear about. I hear it's actually really awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could probably talk your whole show with just perfect day at Coco Cay because it to me it's everything, because every single perk or benefit that you have on the ship transfers over to that island. So it's not like a normal excursion when you pull into port somewhere where you got to go buy something extra because you're getting off the ship. All of your benefits from the ship transfer over to the island. So if you got a drink package, Wi-Fi, whatever, everything works on the island. And then they also have a ton of other private resort stuff that you can do. They got private beach club. Those cost more, but there's a ton of stuff to do. Snorkeling, I don't know what this is, but swimming with pigs, I have not done that, nor will I ever, but that's an option. It's popular.
I
don't
it's
know
funny
why.
you say that, and I don't know where they went specifically, but my favorite judge from Light Fight is Tanya Nyack, and obviously I follow her. And she just posted, she's with some of the other famous people she hangs with. They're somewhere in Florida, Bahamas, and she posted pictures of them with the pigs, which
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Kim and I started looking at YouTube videos because we've heard about it, but never been there. We're like, ooh, this place, it's basically, think of a resort on an island that's part of your cruise. So
yeah,
think about that when you're booking one this year, which the rates have just gone down, that you got other things to do on that day at land instead of going to waste money on to go look at a mountain or something, which is cool too. You can do kind of stuff like that, but this is going to be where you get off the ship and you can relax on the beach if you want to swim in those nice waters. Hopefully the weather is good then. I know sometimes in February it could be some chills. So, hey, speaking of fun, the other thing, I'm sure we're going to have this return again because the cruise does it, plus Matthew does it, is the the scavenger hunt here. I didn't put a video together like I did last year's. This one was a lot harder, but a lot of people did it. I don't think anybody got a perfect score. Kim and I didn't have time to do it this year, and I feel bad, but it's a fun thing to do if you're going to do it. How did you fare? Did you and Esther do it, or did you guys take a break this year too? Because you're doing so much sport.
We didn't do it because we did the one last year, so we didn't do it this year because we felt like we knew a lot of the stuff. That was our 5th time on Quantum, so like we didn't want to take it away from anybody else, but
yeah,
it was definitely fun.
Speaking of that, Matthew did a back-to-back cruise. He went for a 3-day on Quantum, got back in the port, and then got right back on. So I'm a little jelly. But I'm glad you guys got a great vacation. Speaking of fun, and get your comments in. I'm going to show one of my first videos. It's only 35 seconds long, but one of the cool things we got to do on the ship is Karen and the team, the committee, worked on this ship. They had a C-plex, which is basically your entertainment center, tennis, video game, whatever, you name it. But they also have bumper cars there. And I don't know I can't remember if they're free throughout, but yeah, we got at night after having dinner and seeing shows and having some cocktails, if you wanted to do that, we got the whole bumper car thing just to our group for an hour. And at first it's like, this is going to be a long time. I got to tell you, it was fun. And the adults, even I'll call them the older adults because I'm not old. They would rotate it so people can get off and on. I think those the adults did it more than the kids, but get your comments in, get your questions in. But let me show this quantum cruise control video to see what you're missing. Now, they don't, to my knowledge, they don't have bumper cars in the Harmony Seas, but they got a lot of other cool stuff that we're going to do. But this is what you missed if you didn't go. See you back in about 40 seconds.
Mini at sea, crashing and driving. Quantum of the seas, we on a mission. In the Seaplex, bumper car collision. Lights are flashing, festive ambition. Mini at sea, crashing and driving. On the Pacific, pure adrenaline. Headed to Cabo, yeah, you know we winning. Mini at sea, crashing and driving. Mini at sea, crashing and driving.
Now, I will tell you, that 30 seconds, that I had to cut down all this video, but it was a good time. Even people couldn't go. As a matter of fact, let me give a shout out to my missus here, Mrs. Librarian. Kim couldn't go on, but it's because she wasn't tall enough. Whoops. She wasn't tall enough. So she sat and watched. And, she got excited because she was last in line. But then when she got up and saw that she wasn't tall enough, she just enjoyed. So we crashed into each other. By the way, I was last in line too. But I got to go on as much as I wanted in an hour. Matthew, what people don't know is you got a little vicious on there. You came up with a technique. Why don't you tell them about it?
So, I don't know if I want to give that away because like that, I actually had a blast on those, and I had a few targets. Not saying JR was one of them, but JR was definitely one of them. And inertia is a thing. So lean into it when you go to hit somebody with a bumper car.
Yeah, Matthew, I probably got it on video and missed it, but he came up with a technique that really pushed the cars when you hit it. And the fun thing is the kids were trying to get away from the adults, and we took care of business with the kids. Also shout out, we had some other guests on there, and I apologize for naming her, but since JR is a sponsor of Charlie Byers Christmas on Crestline's Fan Appreciation Awards, we had the Fidalas there, Carl and Joan. They both did from House of Hollybrook. They did the bumper cars as well, and they had a good time. It was great to hang out with them. We all left with probably little bruise marks from the seatbelt and sore knees because you would hit the steering wheel. And I was trying to film his driving. I thought I was going to lose my camera. So, hey, anybody else ever been on the Quantum of the Seas? Put your comments in, put your questions in. And we got quite a few comments, so I might as well check on them now. Let's check on them now, Matthew. We'll start with this one. Esther's listening. She found a hack on the cruise. Ice cream. Well, in the video I'm going to show, you're going to see JR's little Johnny 5. He's carrying around 5 ice creams at once, but I didn't know this tip. Matter of fact, I was glad to have you, Esther. And again, we're missing you. But believe it or not, I never waited in the ice cream line. And the only desserts that we did, frankly, was at the main dinner. We tried to be good and really didn't eat a lot of extra meals. So, but you can eat all you want all day long.
Soft serve ice cream's where it's at.
Yeah, I didn't have that. Barry, great team building. It definitely is a great team building. So that was the bumper cars, but even in the classes. And, one thing back to the classes, again, you can there's some classes I didn't go to, or I left early because I had to go help Kim with some things, or I had some other things to do, and vice versa. You could rotate in. Nobody gets upset at you. Obviously if you can attend them, that's why you're there. But, just think about that. If you're thinking you're going to go on a trip and I'm going to be stuck in a classroom all day, no, you don't have to be. And they time them when you're at sea, and they're usually earlier in the morning. So you can get it out of the way and go do all the other cruise ship stuff later. Barry's got sore knees. Lone Star Christmas, so much fun. Like-minded people. Yeah, like-minded people. The mocks. Patrick, is this your other page? Oh, that's right. You're starting a new YouTube channel down the road. That's why I didn't recognize Lone Star Christmas. Usually Patrick Mock from season 12 of Light Fight. I hope you can think about it one day. It's fun. Carl went, and the network teacher was awesome.
Somebody's
Hope
already
you guys
pinging
are
me.
doing good, Carl. I know you guys are going to the Florida Mega Mini. Like I said, if you heard me earlier, it's a week out. I haven't booked, but I found a flight today that's a couple $100 less. It's still high. I'm going to talk to the missus when we eat late dinner tonight. We got JR chiming in. Johnny, he eats a lot of ice cream on cruises. Well, you're going to see him in the video in a few minutes here, which I'm going to play because we're getting into time here, and I want to get that and then go on the other side and cover a couple other things. But I actually, like I said, we didn't go in the ice cream cone line at all, and sometimes that line would get long. I don't know. What else do we got? Forgive me, I'm checking to see who I forget on my again, Matthew reminding. I showed this before, but if you want to learn about Coco K, you could check it out on the Royal Caribbean site or just on YouTube. Just like you're looking up the Librarian and liking and hitting subscribe and sharing and all that good stuff. Just Google Coco K. Larry's joining in, another attendee from the Mini at Sea. Coco K is great. Wife and I love the adult pool. Wow, you guys got to go there before, so I'm jelly. But I'll be able to say I went there soon as well. Hey, got my sister-in-law joining, who happened to stop by today to hang out with me. What's your collectibles in the background? So what do you got there? Before we go to other comments, tell me what you got there.
So that's Star Trek. I've got a whole bunch of displays of Star Trek. Obviously, Optimus Prime, Artemis, Space Shuttle, Back to the Future. Like you can't see it all the way over there, but I got a ton of Ghostbusters stuff over there. So
nice.
And then probably can't see them. They're behind me a little bit on the table, but they're all my laser engravers.
Awesome stuff. Speaking,
yep.
Like I said, I got bar stuff, and now, I forgot to put it back because I'm drinking out of it. I got my stuff there. Where's my Turbo Man?
Told you it would fit.
Turbo Man. And it doesn't fit here, though, but it's there. Yeah. Got my Blanton's toppers. If any of you are into bourbon, I got the Blanton's toppers here. You would say you're a librarian. Why aren't there any books? Well, one day I'm going to build a studio that is based on my theme. I do got my old barber pole from 1930s. I restored this bad boy. It's awesome. It's awesome. Let me bring Matthew back here. So, hey, let's have some more fun. Before I want to get into the next video, the highlight video, which it's about 4.5 minutes. So you're going to get a nice break here and can watch it and enjoy it. But, we did snow and tell. And I shared in my stateroom what I did. I kind of did a leading up to the cruise when we were in port and kind of found things around San Pedro, which is the actual name of the port in Long Beach, the town where you stay at the Crown Royal where we stayed. And I found murals of Christmas, Halloween. I found our cruise ship. I didn't find Matthew and Esther because they were still on their pre-cruise. But one of the other people, Doug Fox, who looks like Santa Claus. He really looks like Santa Claus and even dressed one day, except for the whole uniform, like Santa Claus. So you should have seen the looks he was getting in the cruise. He talked about what he does at his light show. I'm going to zoom in on this for a second, Matthew. And he raises money. I know many of us raise money for charities. He does a thing called the Happy Factory, and he gave us some brochures on it and talked about it. But what he does is it's a global organization, and there's a lot of children, especially in foreign countries, that don't have toys. So they actually, this organization takes toys made out of wood. So you can carve them, make them. They give you kits to help build them, and they ship them out. So if you want to learn more, I told Doug I would share this, and I know JR shared a post about it. Happyfactory.org. And, if you're looking for a charity, maybe this is another one you could piggyback on and, do more beyond your display or maybe something even more beyond your community. Before I get into the video, I want to talk about one of my favorite things and new to me too, Matthew, is the build. The build. Got
your first pixels.
If Sonia's still listening, I could use more files, so I just don't have Mini at Sea. But we built a pixel hat. I'm going to take Matthew off again. I shared this before. This is a kit that Larson Family Lights is working on. I don't know if he offers them for sale yet outside of the industry on a commercial scale, but this is one impressive kit. And you can customize it. You need X lights to do that. I would hope down the road, maybe when he can commercialize it, maybe he comes up with a way where you can use your phone or something. But it was $60 to build this kit. What which happened to be a price on the cruise. I'm not sure there were real tap for that if he ever sells it, but it came with the battery pack. So it takes a minute to boot up. I showed it before. I'm going to boot it up, and then I'll come back and show it to you in a minute once this power pack boots up. But Matthew, how did the build come about this year? Because I don't think we did a build last year. Was this requested in some of the surveys, or how did that come about?
So the builds are always popular at minis, and it's one of those things where it's hard to do a build on a mini. You have to get all the supplies on the ship, and you have to get it through security. So without raising flags, and they want to confiscate it. So like we can't build the controllers, boxes, and all that stuff. They don't like all the wires and the electronics. So we had to do something smaller or unique enough that it's okay. So props to Kevin and Sonia for getting that through security, and we were able to get a build class. So that was our very first build.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Again, I want to thank the committee that puts us on. As you know, they're all volunteers. I mean, some might be vendors like JR, but the rest aren't. The rest they have day jobs. They have hobbyists. They have displays like you, and they're putting all this time. But you should see not only that, the stuff they bring on board and get approval to bring on board. And in the case of this hat, like Matthew said, there's a Raspberry Pi in it. A Falcon player, whatever. And they had to like pre-wire, pre-solder all that stuff before, and you can't really bring many tools on. It's very limited. But I did get the hat going here. I got it going. I'm going to pop it up again, and you can see it came preloaded. Kevin Larson and Sonia did a mini at sea theme, and you can put anything on this matrix panel that fits on. It's not a high definition panel, but I don't take this hat off too often. But let me. The battery pack, the cord's long enough, you hide it in your pocket. And I'm putting this bad boy on. Look at that. Now, of course, this would be tucked behind me in my shirt pocket, but you can wear it. It's so awesome. I can't wait to program or get more stuff programmed on here. But yeah, look at mini at sea. And you'll see this in the video I'm doing in a moment. And it was so popular. JR built two for his kids. So look what you're missing. I don't know if there'll be a build on the next trip, but it's got a lot to live up to after this one.
Not saying I got one too.
Did you program any more sequences on your or not yet?
No, mine's still brand new as well. It's still zip tied.
Yep. Kevin, if you're watching, please. I know I need to learn X-Lights, but I know you have all the other holiday stuff. Please share it. Please share it in the Mini at Sea group. Speaking of the Mini at Sea group, get your comments in. We're going to watch the video of the highlights so you can see everything you missed, all the friendships that you'll be building if you're going next year. And Matthew and I will join you back in a couple of minutes. You can still hang out, right, Matthew?
Yep.
Okay. Let me check. I'm pretty sure JR did not make it home. Nope, he's not in the people queue. So I was going to chime him in if he was. Here's my highlight video, 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Don't go get a drink. We'll be done shortly. Watch it. And I will also post this independently in my bits and bytes section on Light Fight Librarian YouTube channel afterwards, so that if you want to just go watch the highlight video, you can. I'll also share this in the Mini at Sea private Facebook group. But the comments are coming in. We'll answer them after the video. In the interim, enjoy what we all got to experience on the 2026 Mini at Sea. See you in a second.
Calling all thrill seekers and holiday lighting friends. You're in for an unforgettable vacation, a learning adventure across ocean's ends.
It's unlike any other Christmas mini that you've ever gone to before.
Why the Mini at Sea? Listen up and let me tell you more. Yeah! Calling all thrill seekers and holiday lighting friends. You're in for an unforgettable
never gone to before.
Why the many
At sea, listen up.
listen up and let me tell you more. Vacation. The sea was vast.
Sea was vast.
The sea was vast. The ship a spire of light.
As the quantum of the seas carved through waves of liquid light.
A mini at sea where the brilliant minds met.
An experience we are not likely to forget.
Between the North Star and the salt in the breeze,
We gathered with purpose and traveled with ease.
where the seminar sparkled with insight and flair, with knowledge as fresh as the crisp ocean air. Vacation,
Education,
destination,
anticipation,
anticipation,
exhilaration.
education,
Say what?
celebration,
Turn it off.
and creation.
Inspiration,
Lighting jubilation, unlike any other minute in the nation.
and like any other mini in the nation.
As we continued our voyage to Cabo across the sea, we all awaited the port anxiously. The sunlight would fade and the neon would glow. We'd find another fun venue or catch another great show. From the keys of the piano to the beat of a band, we shared cocktails and music, had a glass in each hand. Even the seaplex high above the sea would erupt each night in echoes of glee. Lumber cars
Drifted wildly, crazily.
team building, born in a crash melody.
We steered through the chaos with sudden precision.
Rock riff rhythm, reggae collision. Vacation,
Education,
destination,
anticipation,
education,
love your heart,
celebration,
raise your hands,
inspiration,
inspiration.
lighting jubilation. Unlike any other mini in the nation.
Like any other mini in the nation.
We're heading back home with a vision that's new, from the learning and friendship on an ocean of blue. This special bond will remain. We will set sail again with all of you, our dearest friends. It was a very special mini.
How was that? That was pretty fun, wasn't it?
That was good.
I'll post a clean copy where where the clarity's better on the group later. But
So did you say that was a poem, or did you write that?
so I mentioned it earlier, and I meant to do it before I played it. Thanks for reminding me. If you've seen the promo video I helped JR make for last year's mini, and I'll play an updated version, I came up with kind of that vacation, destination, education, light of jubilation, that part. And then if you go back into the private mini at Sea group, Neil Richards posted a poem that he put together. And I took those lyrics and I used Suno, another AI creation, which I've been using for some of my music lately, and put it in. And after a couple iterations and mashups, came up with a pretty cool song. I got some other cool reggae versions and stuff, but that's the one that made the cut. So, I'm glad you liked it. And thank you, Neil, for unknowingly giving me lyrics to a scene. But let's see what this guy thinks about it and add him in. And his buddy, JR and Johnny Five, man. Welcome.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, you don't got any ice cream cones in your hand. Did you see him in the video? You might have missed it. You had like 5 of them in your hand.
4.
4? He's correcting me, which is okay because I'm not always right. So, JR, glad you could join us late. I know you're a busy man, but What do you think? You've heard us talking a little bit. You were listening while you were driving instead of listening to like some real music or something. We appreciate it. But what have we missed so far? I know you're a vendor, but you're also an attending. You went through the education sessions. You built a hat. You did all that. You built 2 hats. What do you want to say about Mini at Sea since you've kind of started this thing up a couple of years ago?
The one thing about a Mini at Sea is different than any other Mini is how much you can hang out with everybody if you want, and how much you don't have to hang out with anybody if you want. So like when you go to other minis, sometimes they have a hotel you're staying at and you all hang out there and hang out in the lobby and have all that fun of hanging out. That's used to what made Christmas Expo what it was, is hanging out at the hotel because the event was at the hotel. Well, that's on steroids now at the Mini at Sea because you're on a boat for like 3 to 5 days or 7, depending on which ones we pick. And you get to have dinner every night if you want with the group. Some of us try to change tables so you could like hang out and talk to other people, which is a super cool experience because sitting down and having dinner with somebody is totally different than just hanging out with someone. And then we hang out in bars afterwards. We go to game shows, we go to events, but also like you don't have to do that. So like me and Cecilia went to a dinner one night and we didn't go to dinner with everybody else. And some other people went to dinner on other nights. It just, you could do what you want. Like Barry goes to Chop a lot. I swear he's a VIP member at Chop. But that's the cool thing about the minis. You could hang out with everybody or you could do your own thing. And like most of us after classes kind of did our own thing and like walked around, but then you see each other and you talk for a few minutes or whatnot. But then usually after dinner, we all found a bar and hung out at it. So
yeah,
pretty
and
fun.
like you said, you don't have to do all this stuff. And most of the events are family friendly. They have some adults only stuff where you have to be overage, but you can hang out or you don't have to hang out. But networking is probably the best thing at minis, and it's even amplified on the Mini at Sea. Hey, Johnny Five, now you did sit with us in a bar, but you didn't drink. Good thing. But what was your favorite thing, Johnny Five, on the cruise ship?
Ice cream.
How did I know he's going to say ice cream? I'm sure he liked the other stuff too. And, a lot of the events that are on the ship, and I'll try to pop this up while I'm talking, but JR, as you know, a lot of the minis do this, but a lot of the things like the bumper cars, the conference room, the private party that we get to have with a reception is all because of sponsorships by vendors. Can you talk about that a little bit? And while you're doing that, I'm going to, Matthew sent me a picture of all the vendors. I'll download it and I'll get it on the screen in a minute.
Yeah, a bunch of vendors, they support us financially by donating money so we can do like the cocktail party, the bumper cars, or some kind of a activity. In the past, we've done escape rooms, mini golf, all kinds of things. And then they also help with getting the t-shirts, so everybody gets a t-shirt for free when they go on the cruise. So without the sponsors, we couldn't do half the stuff we could do it, but we would pay for it ourselves. So a lot of we get extra things. And then next year, we're trying to work on some really cool things. Maybe even like an enhanced, I don't know, what do you call it, Matt? The dinner together. What kind of dinner is that? It's like a
Azumi's. So it's a basically a specialty restaurant, and we're gonna try to buy out the restaurant, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
then we could all have sushi, right?
No, hibachi.
Hibachi.
Yeah, we're going to do hibachi.
Hibachi.
We're going to flip shrimp. Johnny Five's going to catch them. He'll be wearing his shades. Maybe he'll catch it on an ice cream cone. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
He'll definitely
But
have
again,
ice
that's
cream
going to be possible because of sponsors. And, why don't you guys talk through some of the sponsors and maybe explain how they contribute, not necessarily the dollar amounts, but like what kind of things, for example, I shared, I won, going through my stuff here. What'd I do with it? My sequence. I won my sequence, but tell us how the sponsors contribute and, give them some props since we have them up there.
So all of our sponsors that were on the shirts, anybody on the back of the shirt donated financially to help us do the events and stuff like that, like Gilbert Engineering, Boscoyo, Extreme Sequence, PPD, Permatrack, RGB to go. Is that all of them, Matt? I don't have it with me. I'm trying to remember.
Wired Watts.
Wired Watts.
I forgot Ken, Wired Watts. Ken, so that's the cool thing is Ken has been
Larson Family Lights. I always forget them because they're an attendee. By the way, you mentioned, just for what it's worth, JR's a vendor as well, but the Gilberts were on the trip and they're coming back on the next trip.
Yeah.
So the vendors are starting to come as well as besides sponsoring. And they're great to hang out with. And you get idea. You get to hear a little bit about the props that they got coming out or the products they'll be selling, or heck, if you have to vent, you can even vent to them, although that's not cool to do on a vacation.
That's fine. Showstopper Sequences was another one. And the cool thing about Ken too is he supported the Mini since the very beginning. Like we didn't have to be like, hey, can you sponsor this? We were like, hey, we're doing this Mini. And he was like, yes, I'll sponsor. PPD, Boscoyo, Permatrack, I believe, and Showstoppers have sponsored all 4 years of the Mini at Sea already.
Yep.
So thank you to
thank
you
them
guys.
for it. I
Hope
some of them can make it on the well, because I'd like to meet them, as I've met a lot on that other events, and it's just more fun at the Mini.
Cecilia really wants me to get the Stoffergens to go. So that is my job in Florida. Yeah, that is my job in Florida to get them to go on the cruise.
I don't know if you missed it, JR, when you were driving. The thing I said is, if you think you're going to go to the Mini at Sea and want to get at least part of the room block, with it leaving out of Florida, my opinion is you're going to have new people and more people, because there's a lot of people even just that live in that state that go to the Minis, that especially after Florida Mega Mini next week, say, you know what, let me sign up. So think about it, get that deposit down. It's like $100 a person. And
we're having a booth at the Florida Mega Mini for the Mini at Sea.
You want to sponsor my flight, JR? I got it booked. I just need payment for it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still not ruled out. I got a week. Although I can't just show up because Tom Stallings won't let me in, I guess.
Well, we'll see. If you want to work my booth for the Mini at Sea, we might be able to work something out.
Oh, there we go. Hey, JR, did you see the let me remove this a second. Oh, forgive me. I don't have you have a Stream Deck. I do not have one, but did you see my animation of the
Yes, I saw that. It was crazy how it made it all move and stuff.
Anyway, I'm forgetting to remove I got too many things opened here. There we go. Remove. Oh, that's why I had the sponsors up there 2 or 3 times, which they deserve to be up there 2 or 3 times. But yeah, look at that group. Don't you want to be a part of that group? I want to be a part of that group again, and we booked. Hey, I was texting your mom today, JR, because she's trying to fix so I can see my, in the app. It's not showing up in the app.
Oh, yeah.
Reason. And if they have specials, what you don't know is once you book, you want to download the Royal Caribbean app, and Matthew could probably talk this better, but you can check it out. They'll start offering you excursions, which some of them you want to sign up for early, the drink packages, and then they'll have specials, and you can get a drink package that covers all your alcohol if you drink alcohol, or you can get just a water and soda package. And you want to watch it all the time, because maybe one day it was 25% off, but then it goes to 50% off. Well, you're allowed to buy it at the new rate and get refunded on the other one, which is kind of unique. I never thought of that.
And that's one of the things too that my mom does is, like, if you like how earlier Matt says the price of the cruise is cheaper now, like she'll rebook you at the cheaper price. She does that all the time.
Yeah,
she does that for everybody, for everything. But
she's helped us a lot. She's helped others. Like I said, we got 2 new people that signed up this year for the light fight and the librarian community. They're going to get to do this excursion next year. Again, go to the Mini at Sea. Let me put the banner back up again. miniatsea.org. And just search all the pricings there, the current pricing, contacts. You can look at some rough agendas, which are still early. And it will come quicker than you think, especially once we all get busy here. So,
Hey, JR, how's your knees?
My knee is a little beat up because somebody was a little. I'm not naming names, but there was one person that never got out of a bumper car and slammed everybody as hard as he could. I don't know who it was.
I know.
But
the cool guy with the shades.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Johnny cracks Barry up. Tanya's joining in still, or she's still been listening. Bumper cars were the best part. The best. Ryan, Ryan was great to hang out with. Ryan is Sonia and Kevin's son, and he's a great kid, and he had a good time. Hopefully some of the pictures you had made it into my video. Obviously, I can't make them all, but I've seen all your great pictures. What's JR saying to himself? I'm guessing
Johnny
that was
took my phone for a while.
Yeah, he was eating that. What else do we got here? I'm sorry if I'm missing anything. What do we got? Oh, pizza. Hey, that's right. All you can eat pizza on the ship. And if you want, we have a delivery guy. You just might have to give him a tip.
I didn't get a tip. I did it for free.
It was his pleasure. It was his pleasure. What else do we got here? Oh, we got Joseph joining. Looks like a cool hat. Yep, it's a cool New Year's hat. Wait till I get Sonia, since you're listening, remind Kevin files so I can put New Year's on there and all kinds of good stuff. Joseph, thanks for joining. And you're buying all the hamburger display pieces from my neck of the woods. What if I want them? And you're shipping them to Kansas. Congratulations, by the way. Oh, look at this. I put them on the spot. I know I'm nagging a little bit here, but I'm not an expert on X lights yet. Let me go back through some of the other comments. Oh, Christmas yard decorations moderators, Stephen Christmas Griswold Ridgeberg. He's got all kinds of acronyms. Thank you for joining, Stephen. And don't know if you're going to the Florida Mega Mini, but I know you're going to the Carolina Mini. Yeah, we got people from all over here. Man, all these comments are coming. I got to go back here. What do we got here? Got Nancy saying look like nice and all open. Bumper cars look good. It was wide open. Thank you, Nancy and Dad, for joining again in. The Slankers are still listening. I thought they might be sleeping, JR. I always pick on the Slankers. They're going to see you this weekend, and you could pick on them too, since I won't be there.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
Fly on Friday morning.
Yeah. By the way, I saw you in the group. I saw Robert was trying to figure out a hotel. Stay near Bricktown. It's not far away from where you guys are having the meeting. And Bricktown, this time of the year, should have hotels in the 100 to 150 range, maybe less. Right by the ballpark, right by the canal. Do that. Oh, look. The better half's joining in. She's saying hi to all the fun crew. Going to see you in 2027 and maybe sooner. Hun, I don't know if you've been listening. Today I found some Florida Mega Mini flights that might fit the budget. We'll talk about it later. Robert got the hotel. Good. Barry, this is a great time to hang out with all the lighting people. The Azumi group, Nice Love, Jason, Christine Gilbert, all coming again. Yep, they're from the GE Engineering, Gilbert Engineering. And Barry, you need to come on these lives more. They're fun. I talk about all kinds of stuff. Yeah. By the way, JR, any updates on professional triers coming back anytime soon? Or what do you got going on your side since you're joining us?
So we are going to go back to the interview type of episodes, but I need to build a studio at home because we were like, oh, we could film during the day and have episodes, but we couldn't get a lot of people on because they have jobs. And we didn't think about that when we decided to go to daytime filming. So I'm going to build a studio here and I'm going to go to nighttime. We're planning to do an episode in the next couple weeks, maybe before Florida, maybe after.
Nice.
Kind of
I'm glad to have you back. As everybody knows, if you go back and watch my very premiere episode, I call you out and Charlie Byers as inspiring me to try to do this stuff. And it's fun. It's hard. It's hard to do, as you know. Timing, getting people to watch, coming up with topics. And then if you're building content too, that's even another thing on there. Speaking of content, Kevin joined us. Kevin, another member of the committee, the education, the IT, and he's from lfldesigns.com. If you want to check it out, I don't know if he has the hat on there, but that's who came up with this kit. Check it out. Kevin, if you want, I can send you a link if you want to come in and say hi to everybody, or if you're just happy saying hi this way.
So
But
Larson Family Lights, we have teamed up with them, and we're going to have the hat at the Florida Mega Mini available to purchase. We're going to have a bunch of them there.
They're going to sell out. So if you're going to Florida Mega Mini and listen to this, you better get in line to get one because it's an amazing kit. It's an amazing kit. And I know others have made something somewhere in the past DIY. I'd be in line too. And Carl, there you go. Go fund me for Brian and Kim. Who else do we got? Brandon's making some comments. Oh, he lost power, so he had to drop off. Yeah, we're getting a lot of rain this week here in the Ohio, PA area. So, but it's going to get into the 70s. So we're going to feel like summer soon. What else am I missing here? Let me look at some of these last comments here. And Carl is going to sequence my Mini at Sea song. I got a couple versions. You know, your viewers might not get it, but hey, you can make a cool sequence. All right. Ray Horton's joining in. He wants one of these hats. He says he has one that Bosquillo, I guess, put out at one time, or do they offer it on their store? Very cool. Well, Mark, what are you adding to the display, Patrick? I'm not sure. I might have missed out. We might have been talking about something.
I think the
All
hat.
right.
Yeah, so one of the good things about these hats is you can actually have this sequence to your show live. So
yes.
can,
That's right. You're right. You can do that. Maybe that's what Patrick was referring to. Yeah, there's a way. You probably have to put in I don't know if you put in a Wi-Fi receiver or something.
Yep.
That's beyond me, but
it's built in.
Can definitely. Oh, that's right. It is built in.
Yep.
So that's something I'll learn when I someday get a chance to play with X-Lights, which is now on my laptop. By the way, JR sat next to me and he got to witness that I really did put it on there, and I played it, and he even helped me. He even helped me. And he went blank. He's like, oh, never mind. I ain't talking about that. No, he's back now. He's back now.
I was trying to send the photo, but it kicks me off the screen. I'm on my phone, so.
Yeah.
I have a photo
by the
of
way,
him
Ray's
using
going to be at the
X-Lights.
Florida Mega Mini in 4 days. Yeah, I guess if you're going for the early classes, the X-Lights class and with Ron Howard and the Lightorama one with Drew Hickman, you'll be there early.
Yeah, I'm home one day in between Oklahoma and Florida.
So last week I had a business trip. I got back from Los Angeles, and my phone, when we were down in Cabo, popped up, oh, welcome to Mexico. The following week, I was literally all the way down to Miami, and we flew over the Bahamas, and I had my phone on, and it popped up, welcome to the Bahamas. I wasn't on the cruise ship, Matthew. And then after that, I went all the way up to New York, 4 miles from the Canadian border, and it said, welcome to Canada. So in 1 week, got to be all over the place. What's Sonia saying here? Kevin can jump on in a few. So while we're waiting for, let me add Kevin to a chat here. Let me play the updated Mini commercial, and we'll bring Kevin and one of the other committee members so you can meet him. So he maybe talk about the hat or other products he offers, since he is one of the sponsors and vendors as well. And give me a few minutes. And while I'm messaging Kevin, I updated the little Mini at Sea commercial I made for you, JR, just so the end tag is, it still has the original video, but at the end I put a new thing about just 2027, since 2028 is still in the works, and maybe we could tap on that when we wrap up the video after we bring Kevin in. So where is it here? That's the group photo. Oh, promo. Watch this. I'll be back in a minute. Let me get Kevin Larson into the chat if he's available. You're back before I can get it to Kevin, but I'm working on it right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, I was trying to do it a harder way than I needed to. I know I have him as a friend here.
I sent him the link.
Oh, you sent him the link?
Yep, the one you gave me.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go look. Maybe he's in the. Thank you for doing that, Matthew. I think we should coordinate better. He's not there yet. We'll give him a chance. What am I missing while we're waiting for Kevin to potentially come in? Do you want to talk about 2028? What you guys are thinking, JR? I know it's early, and there were some reasons you thought you were going somewhere, but what are some maybe preliminary? Not hold us to, unless you don't want to talk about them.
So I think we're trying to go Galveston, somewhere in the middle of the country, trying to go back and forth, zigzagging, LA, Florida, Galveston, and maybe, I don't know, maybe Alaska in 2035. I don't know. JR, you muted.
You're muted, JR.
Yep. Faye's home now.
Hi, Faye.
So,
we miss you. Miss Kim misses you. I got. They're not in the video. I got a lot of pictures of Faye. I got a break. Faye got to roll Kim around a little bit. She said she's really good at it. I got a lot of pictures of you hugging Kim. I got pictures and videos of you wearing your hat like this. So really cool. Oh, and then we got Kevin and Sonia joining us. So let me add. Looks like they're in a car, but let's let's add them in. Bring them in. Four is a better. Hey, Sonia, how are you doing? Is Kevin with you or are you by yourself?
Kevin's in Harbor Freight getting zip ties.
Getting ready for the next.
so that we can build hats.
I don't know what those are for.
Oh, because you're doing it for the Florida Mega Mini. I know they talk about on the cruise,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you joining. And look at that. See, isn't this nice what we can do with phones and being mobile? And like I said, I did a live from the ship. We had Kevin help coordinate presenters from the ship. Oh, did we lose you? I lost you. Sorry. That's me. And technology is great. It brings us all together. So Sonia, while we're waiting for Kevin, why don't you tell us about how you guys are involved and what you guys do, and maybe lead up to your website. Oh, there he is.
Here he is.
Oh, didn't know I was on already. Well, hi.
Hi. Apologize that I didn't invite you guys originally. I kind of last minute threw JR on and Matthew, and then I was like, well, I don't know if Kevin, I know you travel for your job or you do a lot of stuff for your job. I was like, well, so thank you for coming in last minute. Thank you for commenting and joining the live, and wanted to give you time to talk about, if you would like to, Larson Family Lights and how not only you are an attendee at the minis, but how you help support and how you offer. I'm telling you, I got it. If you're here, the hats and so forth. So, what do you got to say?
Yeah, like Matt said earlier, I've also involved in the Utah Mini, Rocky Mountain Mini, and it was one of those we joined the very first year for Mini at Sea, and kind of were hooked on that. I think you've covered in past episodes that I have a cruise ship industry history. I've worked on cruise ships, and getting back out there on ships is, always fun.
Yeah, one of these days we want to hear some of the behind the scene cruise stories. Like, for example, you two met because of the cruise industry or on the ship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We were both working on the same ship, and yeah.
That's awesome. See that? And they, even in those tight quarters, you still can stand each other.
Well,
that's for another day, another drink.
Hey, so what do you want to tell us about? I had your website up earlier for Larson Family Lights. Like, what can people get on that site? Is it a storefront? Is it a how-to site? Is it just for your display? What do you got for us?
It is still a very fluid, in motion build. It's probably been up for a few days only at best. So it is definitely a new venture. As JR said earlier, we will have some things available at Florida Mega Mini, frantically printing and getting things ready.
But might see me. I'm going to try, but they already did. Hey, this is going to be there. You're going to want one because it's awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Sequences are going to be in a shared Google Drive folder here shortly. That way you can download, you can share, you make a new cool one, you can share it with the community.
I will try to make one, Kevin, one day, and then I'll share it, but you can all laugh at me after I share it. Well, again, I want to thank you, one, for helping as a committee member and team member for the Mini at Sea. It's my second one, and both have been great. The education sessions have been great. It's amazing to me that we've been able to get people from the UK and last year Colorado and all over the place to zoom in and do the technology in addition to the in-person classes. I want to thank you for being now also a sponsor, as well as doing an education session. And I want to thank you for the friendships we built with you and Sonia and Ryan. It's great. I really appreciate it. I can't wait till February's too long. I want to go again.
It is too long.
But it's definitely a different version of a mini, and it is something that no matter how many other minis you go to across the U.S., you're not going to get the experiences that you get at Mini at Sea.
Yeah. So everybody, if you're still listening, we still got viewers. We're going to wrap it up shortly. Get your last comments in, but check out Larson Family Light's website. Check out the Mados Design website. Check out the websites of all the other sponsors and vendors. Many of them, like I said, few of them were on the trip. Others contributed financially or provided prizes. Many of them will be at some of the minis and events you're going to here, and you'll see them. You'll get to talk to them, thank them as well when you see them in person, and it's appreciated. It's appreciated. By the way, I asked the question, Faye, I see you switched out. Johnny 5 got bored, but yeah. I asked Johnny 5, what was his favorite thing on the trip? What was yours?
Bumper cars.
The bumper cars. The bumper cars. Did you see the video yet, Faye? Here, it's 40 seconds long. We're going to watch it again. Watch this video about the bumper cars again if you missed it.
Mini at Sea, crashing and driving. Quantum of the seas, we on a mission. In the Seaplex, bumper car collision. Lights are flashing, festive ambition. Mini at Sea, crashing and driving. On the Pacific, pure adrenaline. Headed to Cabo, yeah, you know we winning. Mini at Sea, crashing and driving. Mini at Sea, crashing and driving.
See that? You were in there at the very end. And so was your dad getting crashed up, probably by Matthew. That was one of my favorites. Yeah. Matthew he was abusing the kids with his technique. Sonny, did you do the bumper cars?
One of the times Matt hit me so hard that I ended up in the passenger seat of the bumper car.
Matt also hit me so hard that I moved seats to the passenger seat.
He gave me a mark for my seatbelt when he hit me. It hit my head.
Yeah, and I think he smashed me so hard that I smashed into the wall where Kim was sitting. And even though she didn't get the ride because she was under 42 inches tall, she got to experience the wrath of Matt. So,
yeah.
Hey, I'm going to check. I don't think there's many more comments in, but I want to get cognizant of time. I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. Share this link after it's done at Light Fight Librarian. That'll take you right to the YouTube channel. Share it in your Facebook feeds. Let's educate more people about the Mini at Sea. Let them know what they missed. Let them know what they can experience next year or in the following years. Hit like, hit subscribe. And I'm not sure when I'll be on next. I'm still going to try to get to the Florida Mega Mini. But before I go, I guess we might as well cover because maybe we can speak to a few of them. There are some upcoming events. We've mentioned a few of them. Kind of my last quick topic. Upcoming industry shows and events up through June is what I have on here. So again, the Oklahoma Christmas Light Enthusiast Conference.
I'll be there.
JR is going to be there. The Slankers from Light Fight will be there. And a few others. I mentioned Miranda's will obviously be there. And if I missed you, I apologize others. But the Florida Mega Mini is
there.
The week after that. That's next week. So a lot of people will be there, and it should be a good time. A lot of vendors there. And then not long after that, the end of the month is Trans World. I know Jordan Maywald will be there. I know a lot of the other vendors will be there. And if you can make it, great. If not, I won't be there. I don't think you're at this one either, JR, are you? At least for this year.
No.
Then you start moving into the Southwest Holiday Lighting Experience in Arizona. in April. And then you got the Michigan Mini also in April. And then you got the Minnesota Mini in April. So, and then after that is a East Coast Christmas show. Come see me. I'm not a vendor, but it's 20 minutes from my house. I'll be there. And you can come hang out at my place if you're going to that. And then we got the SoCal Mini. Then Boscoyo's having an open house, which you can go to a crawfish boil down there. Then we got the Pacific Northwest Mini, the New York Christmas Mini, which I know is Bobby Galeza runs that, who works with JR, right, JR? I don't know if you want to prop that up in a minute. And then the Frozen Mini, and then the I gotta get my eyes, the Indiana Mini, and then the Ohio Mini, and then there's the North Texas Mini. So that takes us out through June. My point is there's a lot of activity coming up, a lot of chance to go hang out with people or meet people or start your own mini if you want to learn how to do that. So any last comments from anybody, either on upcoming shows or Mini at Sea or anything else you want to get out? I'll take it around the horn and do one at a time. Why don't we start with, since Sonia and Kevin's in the car, let me put the spotlight on you. And what last comments or tips and tricks or whatever you want to share, what do you got for us?
Well, one thing that I would say is anybody that's booking, and JR can back me up on this one, anybody booking for the Mini at Sea, you have a few months that you can pay for this cruise, but don't make your last payment until their due date, because Karen can always get you a better price if there's a repricing on them. But if you've paid your cruise in full, she can't reprice your cruise. So always leave that
great
last
tip. I talked about the drink
till
packages.
the last payment.
Yep, I talked about the drink packages being able to do that, but I didn't know you could do it for the cruise. So I didn't even know that. So I'm not going to pay my last payment till November in case we get an even better rate. But I'm locked in. That's the important part. Get your deposit down. Go to
pay the deposit, but don't pay your last payment until the last due date.
Go to
because they do get cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew, let me put you next on the spotlight. What do you got as any final comments?
So same theme is if you buy a drink package or an excursion today, if you're registered already, check back on Black Friday or Black Friday weekend. Generally, you can get huge Black Friday deals to where it's like 45, 50% off. So don't wait, but you can always get a refund on Black Friday.
And I did do that on the this last cruise. That's when we got one of our deals. So great advice so far. Now let me take it to JR, and I'll have you got this. JR, you tell us first, and we'll let Faye have last word on your side so she can tell us whatever she wants to tell us. What do you got for us, JR?
So just about minis in general. If you can only go to a few minis this year, I highly recommend the Florida Mini. It has the largest number of vendor booths of any mini and some small events that I've been to. There are so many vendors at this show next weekend. It's crazy. I've only been to one show that had more, and that was Trans World. So it is crazy amount of vendors. Second, I would definitely do the Mini at Sea because it is a very unique experience. It is the only mini that I could bring my kids and they're not bored because they have stuff to do, or they can come bug us in the class if they want. But
kids get bored of Christmas lights? What?
I've taken them to the Florida Mega Mini before. And yeah, they could go to the parks when it was in Orlando. Now it's in Plant City. It's not as convenient for that. But they hung out in the booth and was bored. So it is a full-on family vacation mini. And the third mini I think everybody should try to attend is the Ohio Mini. It is the next Florida Mega Mini, I believe. It is got a huge venue this year with 2 hotels next to it. It is one of the biggest minis I've been to. Those are the top ones. And then I don't think you mentioned it, but Utah has a really good mini. And I'm going to be at that one this year. So I'm going to a lot of minis this year.
We mentioned it when Matthew was on my list as well. And I agree with all the things you said. We'll get to Faye in a second. But
Oh,
the other one I didn't mention too is I'm still hopeful for it, but I did block my room because if you didn't know, if you go to the website, the room block is open. The Christmas Expo is going to try to come back this year. So
I'm hoping so.
that's July.
Yeah.
Unless there's new word on it.
So one last thing, Matt put in the chat, and I can't forget about this.
I don't know how you forgot about it.
Next year's Mini at Sea, we get off the boat on a Thursday. There just happens to be this really big NASCAR race in Daytona that weekend. So a few of us, we already talked about it on the last cruise, are going to take the trip from the cruise terminal to Daytona and possibly watch the truck race, the O'Reilly Xfinity car race, and the Daytona 500 that weekend after the cruise. And
that sounds fun. Another left turn, Clyde.
Hey. Well, apparently I'm not going to get Brian in the pits then.
Yeah. I've been to Dover in my past life when the company I work for sponsored a driver, and I got car sick on the way home because I'm not a good passenger if I'm not driving. But I didn't get car sick on the cruise ship. That's the good thing, which would be hard because I was driving a bumper car. Is Faye still there? Let's figure out Faye's last things, then I'll wrap things up. Faye, what do you want everybody to know about the Mini at Sea?
No, you suggested she should talk on here, and she ran away.
She was talking when she was sitting with you.
She doesn't want her opinion of it apparently out there.
Barry says he loves that he's in this. He's in with the NASCAR thing, JR.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome.
I know Miss Kim misses Faye too because she was so nice to her and keep being nice. It's nice to be nice sometimes. That's a quote I've heard recently. See, look at him popping in. We'll give him. There you go. Look at that. Look at that great. We're only missing Cecilia. We can't ask her what she likes. But
Mom.
Mom's like, I don't
She's coming.
Video.
Look at everybody.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Cecilia.
And apparently the dog wants to hang out too.
That's right. I was on a conference call for work today. And my cat hung out behind me. But there we go. Look at that. Family photo. You don't even need to take a Christmas card picture. There you go. Look at that. And that's what it's all about right there is family, friends, Mini at Sea, like-minded people, light-minded people. And,
yeah. The Rottweiler won't be on the cruise.
We can always bring a husky to hang out with the Rottweiler.
Yeah, just tell it's a service animal.
Yeah.
But hey, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. Let me I just want to say I'm glad I went 2 years ago. I'm glad I went last year. I officially got my name tag here. Kim has hers. I got my little Mini at Sea magnet here if you didn't see it. And the vendors have great things. I got my hat that I can take other years when I'm not wearing this hat. Thank you for the Larsons for that. It's a great build. And I want to thank everybody for joining tonight. I want to thank the vendors and sponsors for supporting minis and trade shows. I want to thank those vendors for becoming friends. And they're all very relatable. If you've not met them at an event, the vendors are awesome. It doesn't matter what company they're from. That's why you need to go to something like the Mini at Sea. So hit like, hit subscribe. I'm not sure what my next video will be. I got to figure out content. It'll probably be something around the minis or bringing in a guest from the minis. And I'm Brian Michael, your resource for everything related to the Great Christmas Light Fight and more. These are my friends here from the Mini at Sea. Thank you again tonight. And we all want to thank you for joining. And watch this back later. Watch the videos. Look for additional posts where I break out the snippets. And with that, we're going to wrap it up. And everybody have a good night. Thank you from me, the Librarian.
Vacation, education, destination.